Sometimes paleontologists know where to find fossils, but sometimes they're just lucky. One thing's for sure, you can't find old bones if you have lazy bones. Paleontologists are scientists who study fossils to learn about the plants and animals that lived long ago. Their job is to find fossils, recover them, and then figure out what they mean. Fossil bones and teeth can tell paleontologists a lot about how a dinosaur looked when it was alive, how it grew and moved, what kind of food it ate, and maybe even how it died. Fossils are very fragile, so paleontologists dig around them carefully. They wrap the bones in casts before they take them to the lab and clean them gently. Digging up a whole skeleton this way can take several years.
Famous Dinosaur Digs by Arnold. Dinosaur fossils have been found on every continent. Some of the most important finds were made in Tanzania, Germany, Mongolia, Argentina, and the USA. But there are still lots of fossils left to find, and you might be the one to find them. The oldest known dinosaur, an Eoraptor from 228 million years ago, was found near San Juan, Argentina. The tiniest complete fossil, a just-hatched Moosaurus, was also found here. Archaeopteryx, the first bird, was found in a rock quarry in Bavaria. The fossil looked a lot like a dinosaur, but had the imprints of feathers around it. This fossil was the first clue that birds evolved from dinosaurs. Fossilized oviraptor eggs and nests were first discovered near the flaming cliffs of the Gobi Desert in Mongolia, and recently, paleontologists found a fossil of an adult oviraptor sitting on a nest of eggs. Many famous fossils were found in western USA, including Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus, Diplodocus, Deinonychus, and Maiasaura. Brachiosaurus, the heaviest dinosaur ever dug up, was first found in Tendaguru, Tanzania. Because the fossils here and in the western USA were so alike, paleontologists figured out that North America and Africa were once connected.
The Changing Earth by Dorothy Ann. Each of the continents has been moving very slowly ever since the Earth was formed. As they move, they change the shape of the oceans, create mountains, and trigger earthquakes and volcanoes. The Earth is a very different place now than when the dinosaurs were alive. The oceans and the continents have changed places, and even the weather is different. The world will continue to change under our feet, but so slowly we can barely notice it. As the continents move together, a species of animal can move around the world. As the continents move apart, animals evolve in isolation. This is why Australia has so many unusual animals. It has been separate from the rest of the world for millions of years.
Dinosaurs were not lonely creatures. Fossils show that many dinosaurs lived in herds, migrated, and even looked after their young, like birds and mammals do today. Maiasaura built their nests close to each other. Parents looked after the hatchlings until they grew large enough to leave the nests and fend for themselves. Deinonychus and other small meat-eaters probably hunted in packs, like wolves. This way they could go after large prey together, and when they overcame its defenses, paleontologists have found huge groups of the same species fossilized together. This probably shows that they lived in herds. In other places, paleontologists have found scars on the bones, which show that dinosaurs fought each other for mates, like deer and bison do today.
Extinction by Arnold. Extinction is when all the animals in a group die out. The dinosaurs became extinct 65 million years ago, but they weren't the only animals to die out. Many other species have died out, like the trilobite or the Cyanognathes. Species die out when their environment changes and they can't adapt. Sometimes a new predator eats all of them. Other times the weather changes and it becomes too hot or cold for some plants and animals to survive. No one knows why the dinosaurs died. Many scientists think that an asteroid or comet hit the Earth and threw so much dust into the air that the sun was blocked. The plants died, the herbivores died, and then the carnivores died.
Iguanodonts by Carlos. The iguanodonts were one of the first groups of dinosaurs ever described. The first iguanodon fossil was this tooth, found in England by Mary Mantell. Her husband, Dr. Gideon Mantell, studied it and realized that the tooth came from a prehistoric creature. The iguanodonts were one of the first groups of dinosaurs ever described. The first iguanodon fossil was this tooth, found in England by Mary Mantell. Her husband, Dr. Gideon Mantell, studied it and realized that the tooth came from a prehistoric creature. Iguanodonts were a widespread group of herbivorous dinosaurs. They had toothless beaks and a stiff, heavy tail. Muttaburrasaurus and Ouranosaurus were iguanodonts. Iguanodon was the first dinosaur scientists tried to understand, so it isn't surprising that they made the mistakes you see here. Now, scientists think it was a slender, speedy creature who walked on 4 legs but ran on 2.
Ceratopsians, or horned dinosaurs, by Ralphie. Horned dinosaurs, or ceratopsians, were herbivores who lived in large herds in late Cretaceous North America. Triceratops is the most famous ceratopsian. Ceratopsians all had at least one horn over the nose, but most had one over each eye, like Centrosaurus and Styracosaurus. The horns were probably used by males to fight for mates, and for females to recognize dominant males. All ceratopsians had a bony frill that extended back from their skulls over their necks. The frill may have protected their necks from predators, and the ceratopsians probably used them to select mates too.
Armored Dinosaurs by Wanda. Armored dinosaurs like Euoplocetus and Stegosaurus protected themselves from predators with tough, bony plates, clubs, and spikes. They lived all over the world during the Jurassic and Cretaceous. Ankylosaurs were built like tanks, slow-moving and tough with a powerful punch. The largest grew up to 30 feet long and could defend itself with a tail club close to 2 feet wide. Ouch! Stegosaurs protected their narrow backs with large vertical bony plates. If predators went in for a bite anyway, they had to face a powerful tail armed with pointy spikes.
Hadrosaurs, or duck-billed dinosaurs, by Tim.
Duck-billed dinosaurs, or hadrosaurs, were the most common of all dinosaurs in Cretaceous North America. They were called duckbills because of their broad, flat snouts and the toothless beaks they used to snap off plants.
Hadrosaurs had rows and rows of teeth to grind up plants. To help them keep food in their mouth while they chewed, they had something no other dinosaur had, but we do: cheeks.
Maiasaura and Parasaurolophus were North American hadrosaurs. Tannius was an Asian hadrosaur.
Why did some hadrosaurs have large crests on top of their heads? They may have been used to make noise, to communicate with the herd, or to attract a mate. Maybe both.